here's our video journal for this really sweet old book called The Outdoor Girls in a Motor Car. So it's an adventure series. I kept the cover and the sides intact. I didn't want to mess with it. I just thought it was beautiful. I did add these slide corners just to protect that, give it a little bit of embellishment. And this book is from 1913. I left that in there so that people would know. And here's the inscription. It's to Miss Bertie Worms from Casterville. Christmas 1913 is a big deal to get a brand new book back in the day. And let's take a look at this page. This book is 50 pages. And here's a nice little journaling insert here. That's one of the images from the original book. It's just fantastic. This is a page out of an old bird book from the 1930s, which is quite lovely, Birds of North America. I've added my own journaling pages in which I've aged and stamped with vintage images. Here's a corner tuck spot with some ribbons and a little journaling tag mounted on a vintage children's songbook page. Just a little tag here with a little Scrabble piece on it, and vintage paper down here, and a pattern page insert. It is torn. It was like that when I pulled it out of the pattern package, but I still think it's adorable. I would encourage somebody to put tape on it, but I didn't want to do that in case somebody wanted it left as is. Again, some old book images. This one is from a book about Dominican Republic. This is an old book page that actually said notes on it, so I thought that was perfect for the inside of the journal. Inside of an old book page as well. This is another sewing pattern page and another children's music sheet. And that's the other side of that beautiful botanical page, the owls on it. Another great vintage book page and another page that says notes on it. This is from an old book about roses. Look at the vibrant colors. I just think they're stunning. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I made this little pocket out of an antique book page and this little tag that you can journal on front and back, mounted on vintage music sheets. This great page here is from a 1920s bookkeeping ledger. There were some blank pages at the back of it that I was able to salvage. Look how fantastic that is. I just love them. It's so smooth still and in very good condition. My own journaling pages here, more music sheets, and more books about gardening. Another old book page, pocket made out of a vintage book. Another journaling tag for you, and a gardening magazine page with lots of fun things to read about there. This is a great article from a 1950s women's magazine. I just love these old things. Look at this beautiful crochet instruction sheet. And doilies are all the rage again. Vintage doilies. Another old book page. More of that 1920s bookkeeping page. And the great thing about this, look at this. This is one of the ones that still has the writing in it, which I just find fascinating. This is over 100, actually this is 1926, sorry. This one's not quite 100 years old, pretty soon. There we go. More antique book pages. And don't forget, you can write right over this, or you can put your own pieces of paper on here. These are just so much fun to read through though. There's a hand-typed page here. That would have been the carbon copy. This is a page out of an old dictionary. And so this was actually an old dictionary, very old, early 1900s, and I love, love, love the images in here, the botanicals, the insects, an hourglass over here. There's an image of an old map. Some more journaling pages. You can see where I've sewn down the binding there. And another great vintage dictionary page. That's an old page out of a book. And some more of those hand-typed pages. You can see where the duotang holes and the staples would have been. And I made this little flower out of pattern tissue. And that's a map page there. More tags here. My goodness, it still goes on. That's from a recipe book from the 1970s. Another antique book pocket I made with some fun journaling tags here. Pouch here. And another one tucked into the back here. There's so many little secret spots. That's from a Canadian tree book. So many little spots tucked away everywhere. You really have to look for them. They're fun to find. And this one is, again, 50 pages, and that is going to go to a very good home for $40.